In this video, we embark on an epic journey delivering a multi-million-dollar 92-foot sport yacht from Nassau, Bahamas all the way to Destin, Florida. But what we didn't expect was an encounter with Russian warships in the Gulf Stream and a catastrophic engine failure outside of the Florida Keys. Our adventure begins at the exclusive Albany Marina in Nassau, where we set sail across the Gulf Stream on this high-performance yacht. The journey was supposed to be smooth sailing until it wasn't. As we crossed the Gulf Stream, a rare and thrilling encounter with Russian warships had us on high alert. Hearing their voices over the VHF was something out of a movie. From unexpected encounters to engine failures that could have ended our journey, this delivery was anything but ordinary. Join me for part one of this unforgettable voyage as we navigate through challenges on the open sea. On deliveries, your day generally begins pretty early, and day one was no different. We had a lot of miles to cover from Nassau to Marathon, located in the middle of the Florida Keys, and we wanted to arrive in time before the fuel dock closed so we could depart early the following morning. A lot of prep work for the delivery had been done already the previous couple of days to assure an early departure. After putting away the shore power cord, we went ahead and let loose a few dock lines that weren't needed. My next job was to go around to all the protective covers on deck and check that each and every snap was secured properly. The last thing you want when running at high speed is to lose a cushion or two. It's often tricky retrieving them and very expensive replacing them. Now here Captain Joe is working the squeegee on the windshield to help our visibility underway. Both squeegees and chamois are used very frequently on boats like this. Next, I make my way up to the fly bridge where there are more covers to check. Now there is a second helm station up here, but we don't plan on using it on this trip. Instead, we're favoring the protection from the sun and the elements within the cabin. And since we'll be entering back into the US, we can't forget to display the proper flags. Then it's time to remove the rest of the dock lines and start the journey. Right now we're underway at about 26 knots, headed northwest through the Northwest Channel, about to come to the Grand Bahama Bank, where we're going to kind of make our hook back and turn southwest and head down towards marathon, we're going to cross over into the Gulf of Mexico. Being underway, there's really not a whole lot going on. Going to do engine checks every hour, monitor the radar, maybe boats around us we have. It's like a tugboat with a barge in tow up here. We may have to slow down for to kind of be courteous of our wake, but we're just kind of cruising. Boat's on autopilot, and of course it's very comfortable and quiet in here in the air conditioning, and not much to do but of course pay attention, but chat and just enjoy being in this office. Is that right, Joe?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Bunch of Captain Ron jokes.
There you go. Crossing the Bahama Bank is astoundingly beautiful. We cruised for over 60 miles in breathtakingly clear water that was the depth of some swimming pools and just as clear. We were lucky to have very good weather for our entire crossing, which allowed me to easily come on deck and get the full experience. It's difficult to describe something like this, and there are so many thoughts and feelings going through me, but I was loving every moment of it. Then, the sheer power of this boat is something to behold on its own. It may not look like it, but we were taking it easy. The Pershing 9X still had quite a bit more left in her, believe it or not. Beautiful. So cool. In the salon, we had PFDs, water, and our ditch bag at the ready at all times. The ditch bag held our EPIRB and other emergency equipment, all of which we would toss into one of the 3 life rafts located on the flybridge. And if they were needed, the goal was to deploy all 3 of them for the 2 of us. Pretty soon, we made our turn to port to begin crossing the Gulf Stream. After finding our heading, our favorite crew member, the autopilot, was engaged once again. Here's a quick look at the salon in living mode when I arrived. You can see it's very luxurious with beautiful fixtures that we don't want damaged while underway. So before going to bed, we carefully secured everything on the floor so it could travel safely. So now I'm at the helm, and that was just Joe going down into the engine room. When you open that door, it's just really loud in there. So, of course, super loud up in here. But right now, it's very quiet the whole time when you're cruising. We just sit here casually talking, very comfortable up here. Now I'm gonna take my turn at the wheel, but not really doing anything. You have the autopilot that's totally controlling the boat. If I need to adjust the heading, I have a control right here where I can do so. Throttles kind of just stay where they are. So right now, I'm watching the horizon and watching around me for other boats, or maybe something floating, maybe some grass or something like that I might want to dodge. Then I'm just keeping an eye on all my levels. Of course, watching my radar, because that's kind of the only way I can see something that if it were coming from behind me. Because right now, with the attitude of the boat, kind of bow high, you can't really see far behind you very easily. Make sure we're staying on course. Every hour on the hour, we do a log where we record things like our fuel, our RPM, speed, oil temps, coolant temps, levels, then also go down into the engine room and make those checks. I've been doing the last 4, and Joe just went down to do one now, and I'll take it down there later and kind of give you the rundown of what that's like. We still have, 5 hours to go maybe, something like that. So I think about 4 1/4 miles out, just off my starboard bow, I've got a Navy boat. I think it's a Navy boat. See that one, and there's another one a little bit off my port, and it looks the same. I think it's a Navy boat. I don't know how close I need to get to those. Hey, Joe? He ain't listening. We'll give him a minute. He's down there making a sandwich. I'm up here battling with the Navy. About like this or more? Keep going. What kind of sandwich you got? Turkey. Boy, that sucker's loaded down.
Express, go ahead.
Okay.
Next set, instruction Washington says, Joe, your course led to the danger place, turn right, west, collision. Instruction Washington says, Joe. Okay, so main course to right.
So it is a Navy ship. It's Russian.
That's right, thank you.
Russian warships. Holy smokes. We heard that accent. Come on, you should have seen it. Okay. Russian warships out here. They don't want to mess with us, right? God damn. Holy crap. There's a first. Okay. We'll keep our distance. I told you they look weird. It didn't look like ours. It's 3 o'clock. We've been underway for about 8 hours now, and we are just outside of Hawk Channel, headed southwest, about to make our right into Hawk Channel up to Marathon, where we're going to start for the night. We're still making our engine checks, watching ourselves, and basically dodging other boats, whether it be Russian warships or fishermen or whatnot. I haven't eaten anything. I've kind of been fasting today, so I need to get something to eat before we get to Marathon, because then we got to watch the whole boat and things like that before we chill for the evening. But we do have a good dinner. I'm looking forward to that. Wait till y'all see it. Oh yeah. Hook me up, Joe. Thank you. Time for a cold one.
Cold aftertaste.
With the aftertaste. Joe doesn't like stevia aftertaste. Now I'm gonna taste it every time I drink this. I think it's good, Joe. Joe's a Coke man.
Gotta have Coke, no.
I tried to break him from the habit, but nope, this wouldn't work. So before we get into Marathon, I'm gonna stop and make a quick sandwich. Come on, Trip, hurry. Let's go. Something wrong?
No, there you go.
What the heck? We're still far out, aren't we?
2 miles. Take about 15 minutes to get set.
Oh, really? Crap, man.
Charlie Runner, this is Captain Oaks.
While we're docking here, I want you to notice the burps of water thrust as the engines are quickly shifted in and out of gear. With these high-performance engines and huge props, it doesn't take much throttle to nudge the boat. You will also hear me calling out distances as we approach a previously determined cleat to line the boat up just where we want it. 3 feet! 2 feet! 1 foot! Go! That's how it's done, folks, just like that. What? Hey,
Over, under.
Over, please.
Over.
Yep. Check the paint just a little bit. That's he almost drops it on it.
No, I was just keeping the nozzle up.
You gotta hold the handle with your hand.
Yes, sir. 1,500 gallons. What?
1,500.06. We're on it too, and then there's like a little more sugar. Like,
I don't know if we can afford that.
Got your paycheck.
What was it, like an hour and 20 minutes or something? Hour and 15 minutes? That's a long time. I'll do this all the way up to the bow, all the way around. Joe's already done the bottom of the boat while we were fueling up. So we're gonna complete that, and then we'll also hit top sides.
Need a little bit more though.
A little more? Well, that was a day, a full day. I had one sandwich, and I didn't mix my element or anything today. I was just enjoying myself too much at the wheel, watching the world go by, which is pretty awesome from this view. Skip my sardines too, so we got to get after that stuff. And then we have the keys to the grill. Ooh. We're gonna go fire up the grill, because I am hungry. I'm so happy to have LMNT sponsoring another video. It's been over 2 years now that LMNT has been a part of my daily routine in order to help my body perform at its optimum level. Staying hydrated is more than drinking water, and I've learned just how important it is to maintain your electrolytes. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete, adventurer, teacher, or anything else, I encourage you to consider adding LMNT to your daily routine. It's a nearly zero-calorie drink mix that's tasty, satisfying, and good for you. I speak with people often about making healthier choices, and replacing a sugary soft drink or energy drink with LMNT is one of my first suggestions, since oftentimes a person is already spending money on a drink that's not doing their health any favors. So head over to drinklmnt.com/TripSmith and you'll get a free sample packet with any order. My favorite flavors are citrus and watermelon. Next month, order yourself a 30-pack of your favorite flavor and get another sample pack free to maybe share with someone else. Your health is important, so please take care of yourselves, folks, and thank you for supporting those who support the channel. Man, it's like a drug, man. It's so good. Oh, I just want to fat finger these things so bad. But also don't want to make a mess on the deck. So being the professional I am, we'll go down to the crew galley, the crew quarters, and eat. Everything's in cruising mode right now, so like all the utensils and stuff are in the sink. Everything's like really put away. All the doors in the cabins are closed. Like everything is really secure. Granted, we had a very calm day. You always have to do everything, no matter what, how bad you think it's going to get, because you never know how bad it's going to get, and you got to do the right thing in this world. try your best all the time. That's good sardines, y'all. So here's the condition of our sink. So I'll just go into my little cabin. Oop. Switch. I'll just rinse it here. And I'll give you a tour of my cabin later. Maybe tomorrow. Boom!
Come on.
Alright!
Oh.
Cliffhanger, man. That's a good meal, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing here? Might make a steak sandwich, man. Like a steak hoagie. Yeah, you can tell that's a fillet.
From how you just bit it into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was much needed. It's about 9:45, and I am about to go to bed. But I'm gonna head down to the bilge forward and get some water out because we're gonna need it for tomorrow. A lot of the provisions and extra equipment and stuff is kept down here in the bilge. As you can see, it's pretty deep down here. Light switch. So a lot of things down here. Black water tank, and then lots of plumbing, and then a bunch of manuals and things up there. Spare parts in this next bilge access. I think that's water valves and stuff up there. And then, a few different random things. But if you can notice one thing, it's very clean down here in the bilge. Not only clean, but bone dry as well. So that's pretty impressive. Hot water heaters here, I believe. And then just more, plumbing and stuff up there. Here's the water. And then further forward is staterooms. I think this is the VIP stateroom, one of the guest staterooms, another guest stateroom, and then the master midships. But I'll probably show you all that tomorrow because it's supposed to be fairly calm tomorrow when we're underway. I'll see you in the morning. We're going to be up at like 6, trying to be out of here before sunrise or so we can get to Clearwater at a decent time because we have to wash the boat and do a little bit of kind of maintenance chores and stuff before we call it a day tomorrow. All right. Good night.
As soon as we had enough light to spot the multitude of crab pots in our way, we departed the dock and proceeded northward to cross under US Highway 1. This is another early start as we want to make the most out of each day and try to make our stop in time to top back off with fuel for the following day. We expected another good day of weather as we slowly made our way into Florida Bay until there was enough water under the boat where we could safely get the boat up on plane.
Just had a problem. So we just had an issue. We were running underway, we were up on plane, and something abruptly jarred, and apparently it was something with the port engine, and the bolts have sheared off from the propeller shaft or whatnot, and has done a little bit of extra damage back there. So right now we have turned around. We're lifting back to Marathon on one engine, and we're going to assess things there. So tough, but this type of stuff happens. Things get even more interesting in part 2 of this adventure as we inspect the damage and slowly make our way to Fort Lauderdale to have the boat hauled out for repairs. We have to take some precautions in our current condition, but this also allows for a different experience, more knowledge to be gained, and a little more adventure to be had.
Let's do it! Trip dip! Crap!
From diving on the props to anchoring and swimming just off Key Largo, the experience only grew.
Dude, this is sweet.
Kill it. Beautiful view.
Then, as we arrive in Fort Lauderdale, we catch a tow up the famous New River to the yard for repairs. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this adventure. Remember, get out there, God bless, and I'll see you in part 2.